Well, Coach Garrett Mills down at Southern Guilford, getting ready for a football practice on a kind of a wet Tuesday afternoon, kind of cloudy. But Coach, football season's here. Any kind of condition, any kind of weather, it's time to go. You got work to do.
Yes, sir, man. Got a lot of work to do. We're excited.
What are you working on today, Coach?
So this is first hit day.
Oh,
so
wow.
We got a little inter-squad scrimmage, man. We're going to get after it.
Been running all those plays before, kind of going 3/4 speed. Some guys wanting to go full speed. Today you turn them loose.
Yes, sir. So, we're excited. I think our guys, we've had a really good off season, so we're ready to get going.
What are you looking for from the team this year as far as returning players? Some key returning players maybe you have this year.
So we're still, I'm not going to call them young anymore, but we're very junior heavy. Those guys have had a lot of varsity experience. I think, they want to be good and been doing a really good job since January. We're not okay with 4 and 6, and that's what we were last year. I think the standard has been set here. Have a really great leadership group, so they've been doing a really good job pushing themselves. And I expect guys like Seth Davis, he'll be our starting quarterback. He's 20-game starter. R.J. Scott, he's a 20-game starter. Alex Anderson is a 20-game starter. Those guys, I expect them to lead us. Jader Royal is going to be he'll be big for us. And the really big thing that we're excited about is we return our front six. And I think we were good defensively. We got to get better offensively. We're looking forward to that, seeing what we can do come Friday with these scrimmages.
It all starts up front with those big linemen. Are you glad to have those guys back and the experience they have? And you mentioned Seth Davis, R.J. Scott, Anderson, all those guys.
Yep. Good
experience too. As far as the team goes, some things you have been building in the off season, some building during the regular season, preseason. What's been the theme of this team? Will you give these guys a certain theme, a certain motto, something they're building toward?
Yeah, so we've talked about sacrifice. What are we willing to do to take our game to the next level? That being workouts with your brothers, making sure you get in here. We did a 0 period this past spring, so guys would get here in the morning time. Just get them working together. And I think the big thing that I've been focused on since we got in season was growing and loving each other and trusting your brother next to you. I trust the guy beside me to do my job. I think that's been a big point of emphasis for us.
What about this new conference realignment you got coming in now? How do you think that's going to help Southern Guilford as far as chances for the postseason? Because then that's the goal. You want to do better than 4 and 6 when you get a winning record. Also, when you get in that postseason.
I'm excited about the 5A. I believe that we're going to be a very good 5A football team. So I'm very, excited for that. I think the conference that we're in is a very, very good conference. I think it's a well-coached conference. I respect all the coaches in this conference, and I think it's going to be some good football. I mean, every night where you line up, you better bring it, because people are going to be prepared for you. We talk about grit a lot. So if we're going to win ball games, we got to be very gritty in how we do things.
Some teams just look at this thing on paper, might be saying 5A team, and there was some 6A teams. Well, we'll take our lumps against the 6A teams. You need to beat those 6A teams too. I know you do.
Yeah. I mean, every week we line up, man. We're looking to go win. That's why you do it. But we also know, we believe in the process here. So we take it one day at a time. We focus on what we can to get better each play at a time.
Has it been a good thing as far as retaining players, not losing players to other schools or losing players to moving out of town and guys just dropping the sport? I guess you've been able to retain most of you guys from last year, too.
Yeah, so we've retained everybody, which is very exciting with me coming from Winston-Salem. It's been great to have all my guys, man. And just see them get in and grow. Again, like I said, very junior heavy. When I say junior heavy, I mean we're junior and sophomore heavy. We have 9 seniors, we're excited about this season and excited for things to come.
I guess for South County back in the day, sometimes you had to be busy signing papers with guys leaving, had to get new guys come in, had to have name tags, see new guys come to your school, I guess.
Yes, you did. It's a good time, Wild West over there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's a good time here at Southern Guilford now, too. Trying to get back to some of those Southern Guilford roots. People remember the days of Reggie Gillespie and Joey Hackett, Dino Hackett, all those old days and days of Coach C.K. Siler, the stadium's named after. They'd like to see that again, but it's also a new day, too, for you because you do it a different way because it's a modern day. You got to just say it'd be great to go back and live all the old days and relive the past, but it's modern-day football, and that's how you got to play it.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, it has changed. You cannot do the same things like I grew up under coaches that did it how I love to do it, but you just can't anymore. These kids are different, and it's not bad. It's not a bad thing, but you gotta evolve. So.
Got to evolve and got to adjust as time goes on.
That's right.
And I guess you got to do that. You think about football, you got to adjust almost sometimes. You got to adjust every game, every week. Sometimes you got to adjust every quarter and almost every play to what's going on. And that team that comes out, I guess, on top sometimes is the team that does the best job making those adjustments.
Yes, sir. We work a lot of situations in our practice. I think we've done a really good job as a coaching staff. Kind of throwing them in the fire a little bit too. Everybody says you practice, you put it on your kids to get better, but we got to get better as a coaching staff as well.
Talk about that coaching staff a little bit. Some of the coaches you got back with you this year, and maybe some new coaches you might have coming on board.
Yeah, so I have Coach Owens, who he's going to be our defensive coordinator. We lost Coach Rayner he's the head coach over at Trinity now. We picked back up Coach McPhail, who came back. He was a defense coordinator here before I got here, and he was recently at Southern Guilford High School. So he's come back. And then Ashton Cawthon is going to be our offense coordinator, and he was with me at Walkertown. So, got some guys that I know that I trust that we have in here. And then we got some of the same guys that were with us last year. So we just added a couple new faces.
As a head coach, as a leader of the team, sometimes you got to be looking over your team the entire time as well as your staff. Some of your staff are doing a good job. Those guys are apt to have a chance to get a head job somewhere else. That always happens. That's part of the process too, I guess.
Yeah, that's I'm only as good as my assistant coaches, man. Like I can't do it without them. I appreciate all the hard work that they put in and all the sacrifices that they make for their families. So we have a great group, man. I think it's we're growing together in our second year, and I think the best staff stay together for a while. So that's what we're trying to do, trying to retain men. And like you said, if guys go on and get opportunity to be a head coach, man, you can't fault them with that. So that's you love seeing that type of stuff. Coach Rayner's a great football coach. He's going to do a great job over at Trinity.
Going back to how the game has evolved, how has the game evolved for you as a coach from back in the days? You're assistant coach at Page, Coach Bagamary, Coach Hagan, and many other coaches at Page back in those days, Coach Roberts, all those guys over there. How's your game changed from being at Page, on the Walkertown, now being here at Southern Guilford? How's your game evolved and changed, some you think?
Oh, man, that's a great question. I learned, I always think about those guys, man, because those are some great football coaches. They do great things in athletics. I learned so much for just how they do things, and I'm very appreciative of that. But what I try to do is, take what I've learned and make it my own. I am an offensive lineman at heart, so I take pride in doing hard things, and that's what I try to perceive on our kids. Our kids are right now running a condition test, and then we're about to go have a contact practice. So we value standards, and we try to live by those things.
I guess you think about it as an offensive lineman for to be in that position. I guess that has evolved a lot in the past 25 or 30 years. It used to be hit that weight room. You got to do the weight room. You got to be able to do the running and those things now too. It's more of a combination, just power and strength. There's so many things involved in the game for what it used to be.
Yeah. I think back when I was playing, guys moved a lot. We ran, I guess, I formation, you could say, a lot counter. I think kids are bigger, faster, stronger nowadays. I'm thankful for my administration, man, because we got our kids, in weightlifting. We're able to condition them. We've had a really good off season, so I'm pumped with that. But yeah, just getting those guys to buy into playing the offensive line position. I'm coaching the offensive line. Myself and Coach Graves are with that position. That's the most important position on the field. You're nothing without that group right there. So I tell those guys that every day.
It used to always be whoever's the strongest is going to win, only the strong survive. Now it's bigger, faster, stronger. And a lot about stretching and flexibility. Is that if you're not flexible and you can't stretch, you can't move, I mean, you can't be there, you can't last.
Yeah, that's right.
Coach, as far as the team goes, dedicating this season, 2025, think about right now as you get ready for the games and get ready for the full contact today. You look ahead to this season, what does it have to be successful for you?
You know, I just want to see our guys grow together, continue to grow. I believe we can compete at a high level, but I think we hold our own selves back. So that's one thing that I preach to my guys daily is, you know, don't be your own worst enemy. You know, I think I want to see you come together, understand that you're a good football team, and I think you'll see good things happen. So that's kind of the process that we're taking.
A lot of times it's not about them, it's more about us, what you do as a team.
That's right.
Take care of your own business, business comes out good.
Yes, sir.
Chris, thank you for your time as always. Keep up the good work. Look forward to a great season from the Southern Guilford Storm.
Thank you.